Last month, I decided to challenge myself to use a sheet mask morning and night every single day for 1 month. Actually going through the experience and being able to like touch my skin and everything, I do think it has made a difference. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the results of wearing a sheet mask every single day for 1 month. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録 shichatte kudasai. So I had been posting about this over on my Instagram, but last month I decided to challenge myself to use a sheet mask morning and night every single day for 1 month. So I was definitely inspired by the Japanese beauty culture for this challenge, where it has always been pretty common to sheet mask every day. Although it's been around for a while, I feel like in recent times it's like got a sudden surge in popularity again, where a lot of beauty influencers, advisors on magazines and stuff is saying that everyone should be sheet masking every day. Even looking at the actual products, they do often say mainichi, which means every day. So they are made with the intention to be okay to be used every single day, and that is also the reason to why they often come in bulk packs. So I decided, why not try this revival trend, not only every day but every morning and night. So first things first, why use sheet masks? I would honestly say treat it like a hydrating toner and serum in one, as all sheet masks generally do add hydration, but they can also have other benefits depending on the ingredients that are included or what type of sheet mask it is. I think it is an efficient way to kind of deliver those ingredients and help them absorb by using the sheet as a lid. And an added bonus, they do generally add that plump and glow to the skin too. I did film every morning and night when I was applying the sheet mask, and I will show you guys all of that later on in the video, but we are going to start off with results because I feel like that is what most people want to see. As you can see in the footage, I am not going to claim that there were like very drastic differences. Visually looking at my skin, I feel like there's not like a huge, gigantic, like noticeable difference. But personally speaking, like actually going through the experience and being able to like touch my skin and everything, I do think it has made a difference. Let's list off the pros that I noticed through doing this challenge. Number one, biggest difference I noticed was my skin became way more resilient and stable. I feel like I just had way less bad skin days and my skin just didn't fluctuate day to day. A lot less sensitivities and irritation on my skin too. Number two is I felt like I dealt with less breakouts. Usually the start of my cycle, I will always get breakouts, which this time it wasn't zero, but I feel like I had a little like couple red dots pop up and then they disappeared within a few days, whereas usually I do have at least a couple pimples that like become significant or become to a head. So again, coming back to that like stability of my skin. Number three, I felt like my skin definitely had more of an even tone and texture. And then number four, a lot of other people noticed the health of my skin at around week 3. I feel like it was the most. A lot of you guys were messaging me being like, oh, your skin looks so good lately, like what have you been doing different? And then I realized it was like 3 weeks into doing this everyday sheet mask challenge, so I was like, Number 5 was I became less reliant on other skincare products. Generally speaking, I use like 2 serums in a routine. When I was sheet masking, I felt like I only needed 1, if that. Sometimes I would just use no serums because I felt like the sheet mask wasn't enough. Moving on to the cons that I personally felt during this sheet mask challenge. Number 1, I feel like the results are going to vary a lot depending on the person. I generally do have a dehydrated skin and live in a dehydrated environment. So the fact that sheet masks focus on that hydration, I feel like my skin type benefited a lot from sheet masking every day. Whereas if you do have, say, oily skin or acne prone skin, depending on the sheet mask you use, they might be too rich and could cause like clothes comedones or breakouts if you're kind of giving your skin more than it needs. Number 2, unfortunately, it is just not eco-friendly. I think we can all guess that. Using sheet masks every day does mean that it is going to cause more waste. That's why I think at least the bulk ones are a bit better, because you're not unwrapping plastic every time you use it, whereas individually wrapped ones, you are going to unwrap a new pack every day. So yeah, it is not eco-friendly. And number 3 is time. So if you are someone who is short on time, you might find that doing that extra step, doing that sheet mask mask and waiting for it is going to be time consuming and you just cannot afford it. But that is why I actually use Japanese sheet masks a lot, especially in the morning, because they are intended to be used for a shorter amount of time. Generally speaking, Korean sheet masks, they are around 10 to 20 minutes, sometimes multiple hours or even overnight, like the recent like viral collagen mask. They can be worn for literally like 8 hours overnight, which I find very ridiculous. Whereas Japanese sheet masks, they do generally say to use them for about 5 to 10 minutes, some even as short as 60 seconds like the Saborino one. So I find them a bit more like realistic in terms of using it every day. So yeah, they're the general pros and cons that I felt while doing this challenge. I definitely feel like I would do it again. Maybe not every single day, morning and night, but like once a day or once every other day, I feel like it would be still beneficial. Next, I'm going to talk a little bit about the tips and tricks of how to get the most out of your sheet masks. The first tip is to prep your skin properly. I genuinely did not think that it would make much of a difference, but there was one time where I forgot to prep and oh my god, huge difference. After my sheet mask, I was touching my face and I was like, like something feels different. And I realized that I never prepped my skin before my sheet mask. So having that first layer of hydration helps for the sheet mask essence to absorb better, and your overall skin afterwards will feel more hydrated and plump. You can pretty much use any like toner to prep. That's what it generally says on sheet masks. I found that using something that has a bit more viscosity to it worked the best. So I am going to show you guys a few of the products that I enjoyed the most to use as a prep before sheet masking. The first one is the Matsukiyo Woman Method Moist Intensive Boost Serum. So this one is a booster, which is supposed to be used as the first step after cleansing. So it really did work well as a prep for sheet masking. I very much enjoyed it and emptied it during the challenge, but it does have niacinamide and ceramide as the main ingredients. It just had a really nice texture that worked well as a prep, although I know it is quite hard to get this one online or overseas. Once I emptied this one, what I moved on to using was the Decorte Liposome Repair Serum. This one also has a really similar texture, and when I used it the first time, I was using it in my serum step, but you're apparently supposed to use it in the first step after cleansing. So I use it that way, and yes, it is another product that is beautiful for prep before sheet masking. It includes hyaluronic acid, ceramides, vitamin E, and fermented ingredients to deeply moisturize and help with overall skin health. I've talked about it before, but this is literally so popular and viral in Japan, although I do know that it can be quite expensive. So the last product that I have been using as skin prep for my sheet masking is actually the one that I've been using the most consistently, and I will often even layer it with one of these or just go in with this one as a prep, and it is the House of Dohwa Rice Makgeolli Toner. This next portion of the video is sponsored by Coreelle, who are the creators of House of Dohwa, one of my favorite brands when it comes to rice skincare, but they are also a K-beauty website that sells over 100 different Korean brands that you can shop from, and you can currently get 20% off when you shop with them with the code TINATH. This toner is from their new Makgeolli range. Yes, that Makgeolli, the traditional Korean wine made from fermented rice. Came in the most gorgeous package. I mean, I've unwrapped it now, but this is the full line, and yeah, it's like simple yet so elegant. Their rice line was also really pretty, so not a surprise, but I love the packaging. You guys know that I love my fermented ingredients. I've tried so many at this point, and it always seems to agree with my skin. So fermented and rice, like honestly, ultimate combo. They are said to be packed with nutrients, and that fermentation process actually allows for those ingredients to be better absorbed into the skin. The main fermented ingredient is Galactomyces ferment filtrate, which is used in other iconic products like SK2 Essence, Numbers and Number 3 Serum, so of course I am going to love it. It helps to hydrate, nourish and soften skin, and even have those anti-aging benefits when used consistently. The full line includes toner, serum, eye cream and cream, but I do have to say that the toner is my favorite. It has this beautiful texture where it has a little bit of that viscosity, and I feel like it just instantly gives my skin hydration and plumpness. Like it always just feels so soft after I use it, and it has worked beautifully as that skin prep. My second tip is to use the right sheet mask, especially especially if you are masking every day, you shouldn't really be using super rich ones. Generally, I did go for more lightweight ones to use every day, and then I used kind of richer, more intense sheet masks, maybe like 2 to 3 times a week. Also, particularly in the AM, you do want to go for more lightweight sheet masks so you don't leave like too much essence that might obstruct your makeup that you apply on after. Generally speaking, not every single time, but the individually wrapped sheet masks tend to be the ones that are richer in essence, and then the bulk ones are more lightweight. Third tip is to use a silicone mask on top. So silicone masks are ones like this that just like sit on top of your sheet mask. I generally do just get mine from Daiso because I've never had issues with them, and they are comfortable enough when they're only a couple of bucks. This does allow for you to, one, move around with your sheet mask on, but it also does help to trap that moisture better by having that silicone layer, so it will keep your sheet mask moist for longer. Logan, my partner, especially when he's growing facial hair, it tends to fall off if he doesn't use a silicone one, so he's like very diligent with using these two. Number 4 is a simple one, but don't be afraid to cut your sheet mask to make it fit better. Unfortunately, most masks are not one size fits all because we all have different faces, so yeah, you can cut wherever you need to kind of make it fit better. Usually I only cut like in between my eyes and then sometimes on my chin. 5th tip is to not waste your mask even after removal. Usually I fold them up and then do a quick wipe down of my face that helps to remove any excess essence, and then also I'll use it on my neck. You can use it on your body and give like a little bit of extra hydration all over. Final tip, number 6, is a obvious one, but please don't forget it. Finish off with a moisturizer. It might not always seem necessary, especially if you use more of like a rich sheet mask and your skin's already so plump and glowy, but you don't want to waste all of the effort that you spent to hydrate your skin if you don't lock it in with a moisturizer. So make sure you use your favorite moisturizer to finish off your routine. This final portion of the video is going to be showing you guys the full 30-day process. Yes, I did film all of it, so you can see every single mask that I use. I gave like a little review of a lot of them too, and I will list every single one that appeared in the description, so enjoy. Alright you guys, so day 1 of my battery's dead. I totally forgot about it this morning and didn't use a sheet mask, although I did some toner pads like a sheet mask, so I think that kind of counts. But I am obviously going to cleanse first, remove all of my makeup. Right, we're cleansed. I'm going to use a booster real quick. I'm almost out of this one. So I do have all these ones, the individual ones, and then I do have another box that I have bulk sheet masks in. This one here. I'm going to use a classic. It's been a minute since I've used this one, but it is the Keana rice mask. This one I've been using for a few years now, and I do feel like it definitely is one of the most popular or like well-known Japanese sheet masks. It is soaked in essence that contains multiple rice ingredients. It's like a little bit more than just like your Saborinos, but it's still something that I feel like I can use every day. It's a classic and I know my skin likes it. About 5 minutes. So I've got one last little cut in of this. I'm going to continue with the rest of my routine. Alright, day 2. Today I'm actually filming a YouTube video. So in those days, I do tend to put on a decent amount of makeup. Hence why I'm not actually going to use a sheet mask, but I'm going to be using these. The Wonjungyo Moist Up Ready Skin Pack. Now these are basically supposed to prep your skin before makeup when you want like a really flawless base that is well hydrated. My moisturizer and move on to makeup. Alright, day 2 p.m. I just had a hot bath, hence why my face is quite red. The Cica Houttuynia Tea Tree Calming Mask. Actually one of the few bulk Korean sheet masks I've got, and I used their brightening one in the past. I've been using this one too, and honestly I think it's pretty nice. Oh, it feels so good on my skin. While I do that, I'm going to lotion up my body. It's only day 2, but I feel like my skin is just oof. Day 3 morning. I'm going to do a quick one today. Saborino morning white, I guess. I've talked about Saborinos, I feel like, a ton on my channel. They are supposed to be like a 1-minute sheet mask. I actually thought they would be perfect for doing this challenge. They are intended to be used in the morning. This one's supposed to be a unisex one where the actual sheet is like slightly wider. I don't think it really matters, but I guess if you do have like a larger face like Logan, it probably would help to an extent. Are you naked? Look who decided to join me.
What are those lines across?
It's just where it was folded. Well, it's definitely been over a minute. My voice is like gone this morning. Alright, that's it. Right, it is the evening. I did do a little face shaving today. So I'm going to go in with one of my favourite sheet masks that I always use whenever I do face shaving because my skin does get a little sensitized from it. The I'm from Mugwort Sheet Mask. Any like irritation that I might have gotten during the shaving process, it really does chill them all out and I never break out. All of the extra essence that is left in here, I'm going to oh no, I lost it. I lost some. What are those? Alright, I think it's been about 20 minutes. Alright, 204. Loki kind of failed because I didn't do a morning mask today, but I was filming B-roll for another video and I didn't really want to like interfere with that. So that's why I skipped the sheet mask. I think we could use a little bit more soothing today. So I'm actually going to use one that I've never used before. We're still on the theme of mugwort. The Axis Y Green Vital Energy Complex. This one has mugwort but also centella and hyaluronic acid. Oh, it's like actually green. Pretty similar sheet like the mugwort one. Oof. My hair is all up in it. So much extra essence. Whoa. Gel. I'll lay that on top. Still more. 15-20 minutes, so I'll be back in like 15. That is day 4. See you tomorrow.
For the following 3 days, I did just use the same Saborino sheet mask in the morning and then the Merriam May in the PM. So please enjoy this shortened version.
Good morning. I believe we're on day 8. But yeah, already been doing this for a week. Let me just pop on tone up real quick. I started using this one, the House of Dohwa Rice Makgeolli Toner. I mean, already my skin's looking pretty plump. And the new sheet mask we're going to try today, the P.CALM Barrier Cycle Daily Mask Pack. P.CALM is one of my favorite brands. I mean, their moisturizer is literally my holy grail, and they just released like a daily bulk sheet mask, which is so exciting. Comes like this. Ooh, it's a little hard to... Oh no. How did I manage that? I broke the lid off. Ah, jeez. Get a little tweezer. Ooh, it's a pretty thin sheet, just like with all their products. It is fragrance free. Ooh, it feels so cool. It looks like this one doesn't really have any cuts or anything in it. I mean, it feels very just like super hydrating. I'm glad I picked this for the morning. I didn't know what it was like, but the essence is very watery. 10 to 20 minutes. Probably leave it off like 5 minutes or so, and yeah. See how it does. I guess without the cuts it doesn't really like stay on the skin that well. It's okay, I actually like thin sheet, especially for nowadays. Alright, this is pretty nice. I'll keep using it to see how I like it. Quite a long day, pretty tired, so I'm just gonna go in with a nighttime Saborino, make it easy. This is the milk berry flavor. Differences between the morning and night Saborino, honestly, not much of a difference. Usually the nighttime ones are like a little bit more moisturizing, especially the Saborino ones. They're so light, so honestly, you can use the morning one at night and the night one in the morning. And we are done. Good night. Could not get up this morning, goodness. It's like 10 something. Okay. This morning I'm going to use the Lululun Hydra-V-Mask. So I did mention this one in like a somewhat recent video, I'd say, like maybe a couple months ago. One of the most popular Lululun masks in recent times. And it does help to like brighten your skin and basically like I mean, do everything else too. Bit of a richer one this morning. Probably won't be wearing makeup today, so I'm gonna go all in. 5 to 10 minutes it says. And these ones really stick on like well though, even after the time passes, like it doesn't start to peel off. It really does feel like it's like a latching on. See how much essence is left. Whoa, it literally went shooting out. See you in the PM. Hopped out of the shower. We're gonna do our nighttime sheet mask. I am gonna open a new one and one that I've been curious about. The Sana Nameraka Honpo Aging Care Mask. So it's in like the same type of packaging as the Saborino, where you pull this open. Although this one does only have 20 sheet masks in it compared to Saborino's usually like 28 to 30 sheet masks. I feel like the mask looks pretty much exactly the same. Sheet itself honestly feels about the same too. Since you only had 20 in there, I thought maybe it'll be thicker. This one actually does say to leave on for 5 minutes. I feel like it actually stays stuck better than the Saborino, but you can see it's starting to like lift around my mouth and stuff. I can't say I'm like too impressed by it. I feel like there's not quite enough essence, but it's day 9.
We are again going to speed through the next 6 days just so we can get through this video, but you can see already that I often do choose the more kind of lightweight, fresher sheet mask for the morning, and then the PM I go for something that's like a little bit more richer and moisturizing. Also, isn't this like the most satisfying thing to watch?
We are halfway through our month of sheet masking. Isn't that like wild? So I thought I'll give like a little thoughts. I do think I felt the difference more between the 1 to 2 week point. Now I feel like it's kind of plateaued in terms of my skin, like it's not really changing much, although it's like 5 days before my period, so that might also have something to do with it. I want to show you guys like a little hack that I don't know why I didn't think of earlier. Storing like these sheet masks upside down has been an absolute game changer. They're so much more moist. Obviously don't do it en masse, that might leak, which I feel like a lot of like the plastic containers, like the May one or like the P.CALM one, can't do it, but the Saborino or this like type of mask that's really common in Japan, totally store them upside down and yeah, they don't leak. So this morning I used the Sana aging one. We're going to be opening a new sheet mask today. Quality First Dermalaser Niacinamide Sheet Mask. I have talked about the vitamin C version of this series multiple times, and it was one of my favorite sheet masks in the past, and this is supposed to be like their niacinamide version. Literally, I picked it up and hear the amount of essence that is in that. I'm not going to show you guys because I know I'm going to spill it in the process. Whoa, it is literally soaked. Pretty big sheet mask too, I feel like. Covers more than just the edges of my face. Oh, 3 minutes. I'll be right back. It's been 3 minutes. I feel like it's a waste to take it off after 3 minutes. Yeah, so it actually does say, it's quite common with Japanese sheet masks, but to remove it, fold it, and then wipe down. Like, you don't actually want to leave like too much extra essence on your skin. Let's see how much essence is left. They definitely didn't skimp on the essence. Okay, I left it for like a couple minutes to dry down, and honestly, this stuff is like so moisturizing, not just hydrating. See that? Face oil type like effect. Look at that. I haven't applied any other skincare and it's been like a few minutes and it's like crazy.
Alrighty, you guys, we are on the final stretch. I have also sped through from days 17 through to 28 just so we can keep this video to a relative length. At this point, I feel like you can definitely see the favorites or the ones that seem to pop up the most. In the mornings, it looks like I tend to prefer the Saborino one as well as the P.CALM one, and then the PM there's a bit more variety since I do like to kind of trickle through those ones that are richer in moisture, but the May definitely comes up a lot, and I feel like you can really see it in my skin too, like how plump and smooth and hydrated it looks by this point.
I am low-key shocked that we actually made it to the end of the month. Since we are hitting the end of it, I thought I would try a different or new sheet mask. I actually have never tried this one before. It came as a freebie with the Serum, the Unlabeled Lab Vitamin C 100 MPa sheet mask. It does seem to be pretty popular in Japan. Whoa. Essence is just dripping out of there, but it's quite a watery essence, I must say. Doesn't smell like anything. Ooh. Be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. I think I definitely had it on for a little longer than probably I was supposed to. Yeah, you've got pretty like dry or like soaked up. You usually want to get it off before it gets too dry. Ooh, that's pretty good though. It actually has like a decent amount of essence left in there. See? Do you see how much there was? Well, how like essence full it is? It's quite fresh, like it doesn't feel too sticky. We still have more. Damn. I wonder if they do bulk ones. I'll see you tonight. Today I'm going to use one of my favorite ones. It is the Lululun Precious Green. I have just a couple left of this. Got peptides, basic glucan, ceramides. It is also fragrance and alcohol free and all of the good stuff. I don't want to waste this one, so I'm going to leave this one on for at least 5 minutes or so. I must say, the mask I used during the day, I felt like kept my skin so plump all day. Definitely want to try that one again. And there we go. One more day. Let's get it. Alright, here we are for the final day of the masking challenge, day 30. For the morning, it is going to be a little bit boring, but I'm going to film for YouTube today. So I'm just going with the Wonjungyo. I mean, I'm happy to do my DIY masking, but these pads are just so big, so it really does cover like a really big area, which it does take like a little bit more effort to do that with DIY masking. But we've done for the morning. Guys, we are finally here. The last mask of the sheet mask challenge. To commemorate this final mask, I am going to be using one that has been super viral, super hyped over the last probably like 6 months or so. It is my first time trying it, so let's see how it goes. Biodance Bio Collagen Real Deep Mask. So you guys may have already seen this one, but it is known as like the overnight mask. Like you're literally supposed to go to sleep with it and wake up with like super glowy skin or whatnot. I just know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to sleep with it because I move around a lot in my sleep. It also says you can wear it for like 3 to 4 hours until it goes clear. So that is my plan. It is supposed to be applied after you finish your skincare routine, like after your moisturizer. So I just applied my moisturizer, the Recipeo Moist Emulsion. It comes like this. So there is like a plastic covering. I saw a lot of people using like the extra eye bit in areas of like concern, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Perfect fit. Smile line here. There we go. I did have a little glass of wine, hence why I'm a little bit red, which probably wasn't the best. Here we go. It's actually a bit more flexible than I expected. Now we're going to leave it on for 3 to 4 hours. Goodness gracious. 1 hour down. Alright you guys, I am back. It has been 3 hours and 45 minutes, so almost 4 hours. I'm about to go to sleep and I think it's pretty much dry. At this point, it's like, why keep it on any longer? That's why I don't really see the point of sleeping with it. I mean, I guess. Definitely gives a bit of a glow, but I definitely think it is achievable with other sheet masks or even just a quick mist. That's it. 30 days masking
every morning and night.
Well, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. It probably was like the longest period that I was filming for one video, I guess. I would love to know if there are any other like 1 month challenges you would want me to do. Like, I know other YouTubers have done it, and I feel like it is always like interesting to see how results are with consistent use for a month. So yeah, if you do have any suggestions, make sure you leave it in the comments for me. As always, you can continue to support me and my content if you select one of these videos to watch after this one. I really do think you'll enjoy it, so make sure you click one of those, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!